Last question, USMNT related, then we move on to the off-season roundup, which is where if we had sponsors, we put a little like sponsor tag in there, like in between sessions.
Yeah, off-season sponsored by, I don't know, what's something silly? Chuck E. Cheese.
The Outlet Pass Pod.
From the graveyard.
Oh, we love inside jokes. In your opinion, who's got the most to gain this window?
So in this spot, I said Matt Turner because I feel like Zach Steffen for a long time has been the number one. I think Matt Turner just got his move now to Arsenal and is now in the exact same position as Zach Steffen. So there's no more MLS versus Premier League, debate anymore. They're both in the exact same position. I think this is, if Matt Turner comes in here, keeps 3 clean sheets. Granted, he had to do absolutely nothing in the previous game, but regardless, if he keeps 3 clean sheets, it's going to make it super hard for Greg to say, okay, we're going back to Steffen as the number one. I think this window, especially if Steffen did pick up an injury and Turner has the opportunity to play all 3 games, is a great opportunity for him to lock down the number one spot. And I wouldn't complain. I'm fine with either one of them in goal. And it might be like a situational thing, depending on how Greg wants to play. Is obviously Steffen's a bit more play out the back, where Turner's just more of a straight shot stopper. But I think this is Turner's window to make his mark on the number one goalkeeper spot.
Interesting. I like that. I think with Steffen injured, I don't know if it's as much to gain as it would have been if they were going head to head, For me, it's Walker Zimmerman. There was a really good story on during the El Salvador game that during the first couple cycles of World Cup qualifying, he was nowhere to be found. And then he was an injury replacement because Greg didn't rate him. And now he's there every week, but he's kind of on that teeter-totter of maybe he's in, maybe he's out. So he's got to play for his spot, right? He's not in there. He's not solid. And we talked about that center back pool being relatively deep, and somebody good is not going to make the team. He needs to make sure that he's playing so Greg doesn't drop it.
It's funny. I kind of think, not that I necessarily agree with it, but I kind of think Walker Zimmerman's probably the most locked in center back right now. I can't even remember, I feel like he plays every single game.
I agree, but that's because we've got Brooks out of form, Aaron Long's hurt, McKenzie's out of form, Miles Robinson is there, but they gave a rotation, right? So he's got to beat out to start in Qatar. He's got to beat out really 4 good center backs. He's playing for a spot.
I think he's playing to keep his spot, but I don't think he has to earn the spot. I think he's got it right now. I think as long as he doesn't mess up, he's probably keeping the spot. I mean, I think unless there's an injury or something goes horrifically wrong this MLS season, I think he's already probably at least booked a roster spot. I don't know if he's starting or not, but I feel like he's got a spot in the World Cup team already.